Welcome to the Butts Park Arena, live on Coventry United TV. It's Coventry United versus Atherstone Town in the United Counties League Premier Division South, and we have just got underway under the floodlights in the Free Spy City. It's 5th versus 6th in the league standings. This is going to be a very tasty encounter between these two sides, and it's ironic because we are just, less than a week away from the 10-year anniversary of Coventry United TV. And who did the Red and Greens face in that very first match? Well, it was Atherstone Town, all the way back in January 2016. It was a defeat in the Birmingham Midweek Floodlit Cup way back when a slightly fresher face, Liam Cook, with a much better hairline, was making his Coventry debut. Let's hope Coventry United can do better tonight than they managed to on that night a decade ago. Let's get into your starting lineups, kicking off with Coventry United. Two changes for the Red and Greens tonight, and one of which is the man who's just kicked the ball. Chris Cox returns to the starting lineup after his 4-match suspension. He's in for Danny Fraser, with Steph Morley moving out wide, and Cody Mullen is back in the starting lineup at the expense of Riley DeVoyle. So Dan Moore starts in goal, a back four of Morley, Cox, Miles and Sawyer. In midfield, Shaw, Mullen and Dunn, as well as Luke Downs, and then up front Ryan Harkin and Charlie Faulkner. And for Atherstone tonight, starting lineup is Lewis Williams, Jack Wells, Adam Barber, Tom Healy, Niall Rowe, Josh Steele, Jack Edwards, Ryan Quinn, Lewis Collins, Leo Wood and Chris Cowley. And Coventry United have the goal kick in their own backyard. And this is going to be a very tight, a very tense match between two teams with ambitions of Step 4 football next season. Atherstone spent a good old while in the doldrums of Step 6 before rising back to Step 5 in the Midland League a few years ago. Coventry United have been at this level since 2016. And they long to grace Step 4 for the very first time after what feels like an eternity in the Midland League and the United Counties League. And the boys with Steph Morley at centre-back. Here's Adam Miles. They've been centre-back partners in recent weeks, but with Danny Fraser feeling under the weather, Steph Morley is shifted over to the left with Chris Cox back in the starting line. The clearance is out for the throw-in just down line from Terry Anderson's dugout. And Terry Anderson was very pragmatic about the victory against Oadby last time out. Coventry United in the last 16 of the FA Vars for the very first time, but Terry Anderson said at the end, we haven't won anything yet. We've still got the league, we've still got the Vars, we've got to go and win it all. And of course, to win it all, you have to win games like this. It's a loop towards the penalty area from Ryan Quinn, and it's deflected out on the far side. Jack Wells was unable to keep within the confines of the park on that occasion. So Steph Morley with ball in hand, level with the penalty area, and we want to send a big shout out to Trisha Nowak, the wife of Coventry United chairman Ray Nowak. She's listening from home. So big shout out to you, Trish. Make sure to get the Pepsi Max out in time for Ray's return after hopefully what will be a successful night for Coventry United. And here's Charlie Faulkner driving at the back line on his own. Too many men back for Atherstone. It rolls into the hands of Lewis Williams and rolled quickly out. Here's Ryan Quinn. Stretched towards Lewis Collins. Across the back line by Cox. No nonsense defending from the skipper. He's been chomping at the bit for weeks to get back into the action. Steph Morley down the left-hand side. Charlie Faulkner got his body between player and ball in front of former Coventry United centre-back Niall Rowe, and it will be a free kick on the left-hand side of the penalty area for the Red and Greens. Five minutes in. Coventry United 0, Atherstone Town 0. a feeling out process in the early minutes of the Butts Park Arena, but their first chance may be knocking at the door through Steph Morley. United will be missing Danny Fraser's delivery tonight, but Morley in fact is going to leave it for Charlie Shaw, who's gone a couple of games without a goal after being irresistible under the stewardship of Terry Anderson since the sensational Scouts has returned to the club. And Shaw sizing up his options. You've of course got the menacing presence of Adam Miles in there as well. There's a whole plethora of Coventry United players. It dips into the hands of Williams. And who got the final touch? The run down the left-hand side. It's a Coventry United throw-in on the halfway line. And the throw from Sawyer. That's for Charlie Faulkner. Headed back where it came from by Adam Barber. Sent high into the sky by Mullen. Up for the seconds. Beaten mid-air by Ryan Quinn. Edwards slips it through for Chris Cowley. Look for the cross to Leo Wood. Deflects off the chest of Cox. Wood, of course, one time a Coventry United loanee. And the throw-in is run into touch by Cody Mullen. And another opportunity for Atherstone Town, the Adders. Looking to strike quick. Faulkner covers off Quinn. It's knocked back by Charlie Shaw, but the offside flag is up as Faulkner wanted to continue. It was in the referee's power to allow advantage to Coventry United. He didn't choose to do so. And there seems to be a large amount of black tape on the pitch. Hopefully that's not a tripping hazard. As Dan Moore sizes up the free kick, and we've got Coventry Spinks manager Joe Keneally in the house next to us. He's just started the new job at Spinks down the road in Binley after John Woodward was sadly relieved of his duties after a very successful stint with the club. Faulkner trying to get onto that loose ball. It's turned away by Cowley. All the way home to Dan Moore. Leo Wood chasing it. Didn't get there. Dan Moore down the heart of the field. And Charlie Faulkner will give chase. And stretch as he might. Josh Seal couldn't get there. Rowe could. Flying in is Faulkner. And the cross loops over the woodwork. A good early play from Coventry United on the counter. We'll of course let you know what's going on in the Champions League tonight. No United Champions League action, unfortunately. It's a big shock last night with Bodo Glimt picking up their first ever Champions League victory, and it was against Manchester City. It was so embarrassing, in fact, Manchester City's players have paid to refund the fans. It's a leaping header from Cox from the goal kick. Cameron Dunn pokes into the path of the former Atherstone number 9, Ryan Harkin. And Morley's ball floats out of play down the left. Throwing in front of Mitch Thompson, the Atherstone gaffer. And there goes the throw. Leo Wood. Volley clearance from Morley, his old red and green's teammate. Faulkner couldn't get on the end of it. Sent high into the sky by Niall Rowe. Coventry United pushing forward. Mullen, Faulkner returns to sender. Not the easiest of the balls for Mullen to keep up with, but he's found Charlie Faulkner. Faulkner with a crossing opportunity now from the right-hand side. He linked up well with Harkin on Saturday. Couldn't find the shark in the box this time. Morley, danger not yet over. Cameron Dunn, and the little back heel from Shaw was under hit. And swiftly cleared by Jack Wells. Collins. Wood is making a stride towards the penalty area, but is a day late and a dollar short. Chris Cox back to Dan Moore. Wood putting him under pressure. And brought down in the midfield by Wells. And now Lewis Collins is the wrong side of the back line. Well, it's a fool to let Collins into the area with space, but he could do nothing with the effort. 2 full-time scores in the Champions League. Galatasaray 1, Atletico Madrid 1, and Karabakh 3, Eintracht Frankfurt 2. There's a lot of 8 o'clock kickoffs, including 3 English clubs. Chelsea taking on Paphos. Newcastle versus PSV Eindhoven, and Marseille at home to Terry Anderson and Luke Morton's beloved Liverpool. The kick from Moore straight to his opposite number 1 in Lewis Williams, who slips on the artificial surface as he plays that goal kick. Not an easy thing to do on this surface. And Coventry trying to head it clear. Quinn. And as handball claims against Jack Edwards, referee doesn't want to know, but the throw-in is in favour of Coventry United. Here's Luke Downs, now Harry Sawyer. Quick pass, too quick for Charlie Shaw. Interception from Ryan Quinn. Collins is waiting for the opportunity. Collins is going to strike and smacks it off Steph Morley. It cannons all the way out towards the halfway line, and a throw-in in front of the Coventry dugout. Terry Anderson wants to see more from his players. Well, Coventry's push up the table after a poor start of the season has been built on home form. They have not lost a home game since July, the very first match of the season against Ayleston Park. A 1-0 defeat on that occasion under the previous manager, Ellis Elaine, and a barge from behind on Steph Morley results in a Coventry United free kick. I think it was Cowley who went in from behind. A successful night for the Sky Blues last night, although a tad nervy at times. Coventry City 2-1 victors over Millwall to maintain their gap at the top of the table. That free kick from Dan Moore straight out to the left, halfway into Atherstone territory. 12 minutes gone here at the Butts Park Arena. Not much in the way of goal-mouth action in the early minutes, but it is a game just capturing the imaginations of the Red and Green Army. And Collins with a Hail Mary towards the box. It's a comfortable gather for Dan Moore. The goalkeeper who chooses to wear short sleeves. Maybe a decision he'll come to regret tonight. It's a pretty cold one and a pretty wet one as well. It's nodded back into defence. Atherstone should mop it up and do. Chest control by Wood on the halfway line. Faulkner blocks his path. Charlie Shaw nicks it away. Coventry have men up here. And here's Cody Mullen looking for his 3rd Coventry United goal, all on home turf. Runs into the path of Niall Rowe. And now striding clear is Ryan Quinn. And Cowley lets it run. Wood won't get there in time. Gobbled up on the edge of the area. Dan Moore, safe hands. And it's a punt towards the edge of the area for Charlie Faulkner. And Faulkner dragged down by a shirt. And it's a penalty! One kick from box to box, brilliant from Dan Moore. Faulkner got the wrong side of the ex-Coventry United centre-back Niall Rowe. A handful of shirt later, it's a penalty and a yellow card. "14 minutes on the clock. And it's interesting that the former Atherstone striker Ryan Harkin is going to hand the responsibilities to Cameron Dunn. He ended his goal drought on Saturday. Well, goals are like buses in Coventry. You wait 2 months for one. Is there going to be another one in 3 days? In 5 days? Yes, there is. Cameron Dunn slots it sweetly in. Williams heading to the left. He never stood a chance. The battle of minds, the battle of wills is won by Cameron Dunn. Once again a mainstay in the Coventry United score sheet. It's not the stunner we saw on Saturday, but they all count. Coventry United 1 up on 15 minutes. And immediately the Red and Green's on the ball. Oh, and a collision between two Coventry United players there. Mullen and Harkin getting each other's way. And Harkin has gone down hurt. Not the restart the Red and Greens would have wanted. But if you're just joining us here on CUTV, Coventry United are in the lead through that Cameron Dunn penalty. And as the physio intervened, Ryan Huggins is finally back on his feet, but he will have to leave the field for a moment. And Atherstone immediately after the penalty shot to get on the ball, get back at them. And halfway between halfway line and box, there will be a drop ball, which Lewis Collins wants a piece of the action on, but it is going to be at the feet of Chris Cox, the Coventry United captain, and the referee telling Collins over and over again, get back. And it's taken short by Cox across to Steph Morley. Harkin not yet given the go-ahead to return to the action, but a long drive into the area straight out for the goal kick, and Harkin is recalled back into the thick of this enthralling United Counties League match. Got it nodded up by Miles. Cox. Harkin takes it too close to the Adders number 4 in Tom Healy. But nothing comes of the move. Moore gathers on the edge of the area. And Dan Moore looks left. Cameron Dunn couldn't get his head to it, but it's a awkward moment for Atherstone here, and very awkward as Faulkner's got it back. Looks to square it, and just picked off by Steele. Slide by Mullen. Did he get enough of the ball? Referee says no, it's going to be play on. And now Lewis Collins are going to drive past Chris Cox. Heroic defending. Advantage played. Coventry United had to be on their toes, and even after almost a month out of action, Cox is equal to it, and Collins flagged offside as Atherstone looked to bite the cherry for a second time. And Cody Mullen is given a yellow card for his reaction to the slide, if anything. It was a sliding challenge made by Cody Mullen. 40 got a piece of the ball. And Mullen needs to let this one go. He's already had a sin bin for a yellow card this season. That was in his second match for the club against Yaxley. Didn't cost the Red and Greens on that occasion. But in a match like this, Coventry need all hands on deck. Coming up to the 20th minute on CUTV. Free kick from Dan Moore. And Mullen was up for the header. Morley picks it up, lofted over the back line. Charlie Faulkner. It's already proven to be a menace this afternoon. And it's slid out by Wells on the far side. Coventry United throw right in the corner. And it's downline from Cameron Dunn. Return to sender from Luke Downs. Still going Dunn, sandwiched between a rock and a hard place, throws one defender to the ground. And it's put in towards Faulkner. Needed somehow, but didn't arrive in time. Clearance from Steele. Cox. Luke Downs in the centre circle. Steph Morley going long. Charlie Faulkner. Nice control on the far side. Covered up by Jack Wells. So it's down line again with Steph Morley. Morley again looks long. There's someone in the air by Tom Healy. Clearance made by Wells. Nodded into the ground by Collins. Wood's the target. Coventry keeping Atherstone quiet at the moment. Cowley. Neat into play from Atherstone Town. Healy looking to play the long game too. And Adam Miles brought it down, and now it's Leo Wood to score against his old club. And a brilliant save from Dan Moore. And returns to the keeper by the defender. Morley, there's offside calls against Charlie Faulkner. Oh, it's a delightful finish, but it won't count. Well, we've got VAR, but the tight buggers didn't pay for it tonight. So Williams will take over with this free kick. Misses Collins. He doesn't miss Wells, and it's taken out for the corner. Steph Morley patting it out. Coventry have got to stay firm at the back. It could well be a game of very fine margins between two teams, hoping to be at the right end of the table come the end of the season. Charlie Shaw with a vital header out on this near side, and it will be a throw-in about 5 yards outside the box on the left wing. And Charlie Faulkner shaking his head at the assistant, saying there was no way I was offside. There are doubts in the stand. It'll be interesting to see that one back on the replay. And the throw from Cowley to Leo Wood. And can only put his cross behind the goal. And the 8 o'clock kickoffs have begun in the Champions League. We'll take you through the latest scores as and when we can. Newcastle are already in front against PSV Eindhoven through Johan Visser in the 8th minute. Dan Moore. Mullen couldn't win that aerial duel. Neither could Dunn, but it's chipped up by Charlie Shaw. Morley volleys. Dunn's backing into Niall Rowe, and it should trickle out for the corner, and does. Rowe with the final touch. Atherstone have looked strong over the past 5 minutes. United need to tear that momentum away with a second goal, and they weren't a million miles away from finding it. Charlie Faulkner leaping for it, made contact but couldn't send it goal bound. The next time we're in action here on CUTV is back at the Butts Park Arena on Saturday. Coventry United host Northampton. Sowerby Rangers struggling at the wrong end of the table, although they have risen up a couple of places in recent weeks. Well, victory for Coventry United would take the Red and Greens into the playoffs. They're 3 points behind Atherstone, but have a goal difference that is 3 goals better. So a lot on the line for the Red and Greens. They want to get in those playoff places and stay there. It's a high cross towards Collins. And it was always going to be a difficult challenge for Collins to keep within the confines of the park. He failed in that task, so it will be a goal kick. And Terry Anderson, his side may be in front, but he's always asking for more. Well, who are we kidding? Asking. He's demanding more. He's only suffered 2 defeats since his return to the club in November against Northampton Chenocks and league leaders Nuneaton Town. And Leo Wood denied on the slide by Chris Cox, and the final touch came off the former Solihull Moors youngster. Coventry United have the throw halfway into their own turf. There's the throw up line from Morley. Wells with a volley clear towards Lewis Collins, who's been kept pretty quiet tonight. It's Leo Wood who's done most of the heavy lifting, but he's beaten to the loose ball by his former captain, Chris Cox. And Niall Rowe to see it back to Gwilliams. Neat kick from Gwilliams, who's established himself now as the Adders #1, with Jake Bull, the former Coventry United shot stopper, moving over to Coventry Spinks after Charlie Wood's departure to, we're hearing, potentially Mickleover at step 3. Morley again. And it's a thrown in virtually the same position after Tom Healy got it out of there. And Steph Morley told to head a little further back. I would have thought a lot further back. Done the target. Cleared as far as Faulkner. Faulkner caught, he tried to control, and it's whipped upfield by Barber. Miles up for it. The first game of head tennis breaking out of the evening. Atherstone struggling to keep the ball in the centre of the park. Curled down the right. Steph Morley brings it under control. And Coventry again looking to catch Atherstone out with the long play. Cody Mullen covered off. And on this near side, it will be Cowley. Collins driven out by Chris Cox. Collins, really, it's been a non-starter tonight for a man who, to put it bluntly, knows where the goal is. And Cowley wanted to take the throw-in out of position. It's been called back. 1-2 and a 3-4 off the throw-in, but the return ball from Ryan Quinn was not what was needed. And it will be a United ball now. And Sawyer, given his instruction, so we're pushing the back on Cody Mullen. Referee says no. Steele's header back onto the head of Mullen, connects with the back of Shaw's head. Falls Conley for Harkin. Mullen to Shaw. And looking to drive it left, but it's intercepted. Steph Morley not accepting the run-up of Adam Barber. And gathered on the edge of the area by Dan Moore. And there's been a surprise goal in the Champions League with Slavia Prague taking the lead against Barcelona. Faulkner looking to gather it on the edge of the area from that long pass. And Niall Rowe can only shepherd it out for the throw-in level with the Adders penalty area. It's not been the prettiest of matches so far, it must be said. But this Route 1 tactic from Coventry United seems to be working. Sawyer gets it back from Charlie Faulkner. Mullen the target, driven away by Quinn. Cowley, and Quinn was not able to reach the ball before it headed out for the throw-in. Well, the ball's, I think it's been out of play more than it's been in play so far. It's been a very stop-start game. Sawyer. Classic header on by Mullen, and out for another throw-in despite Harkin trying to juggle it on the touchline. 5 yards outside their own turf, their own penalty area, I should say, Atherstone Town. Currently in 5th in the United Counties League Pro Division South on a run of 6 matches that they've won. Although they haven't played since Boxing Day, are they getting a little rusty here? And it's a second goal. That answers your question. It's a day made for Cameron Dunn. Stuck his laces through it. He's got the anti-venom. Williams didn't even move. And Atherstone Town, on half an hour after a stupendous run before the turn of the year, are quickly finding out that 2026 isn't as kind. Things are looking rosy for the red and greens at this stage, but they can't count their chickens just yet. Atherstone have got to where they are in the table through sheer grit and determination. They are not a team to be underestimated. And United with a high press, forcing it back to Williams. Here's Steele, one time of Racing Club Warwick and Bedworth. Poor control from Lewis Collins gifts it to Chris Cox. And now Mullen, Harkins giving chase, and Williams has to boot it away on the edge of his area. He couldn't pick it up. Flicked on by Cowley, a bit of a drag of the shirt there from Harry Sawyer, if he says nothing doing. Wells receives it from Barber. Here's Jack Edwards. Edwards dinks it out wide. Here's Steele, who can play at left back. He's playing left centre back tonight. Rowe to Wells. Patience here from Atherstone, trying to dictate the rhythm of the game and take control away from Coventry United. So a lofted pass to Steele. Again trying to play Lewis Collins in, and Collins has got there this time. Chris Cox is all over him, forcing him back where he came from. This is brilliant pressing, and Charlie Shaw able to get his boot to it and send it back to Williams. Not one member of this squad is afraid to do the dirty work. Faulkner looked for Harkin. He was quiet against his old side over at the Snake Pit, Sheepy Road, earlier in the season. Atherstone, of course, many of his former teammates here tonight will know how he plays. But it's Cameron Dunn who they're struggling to contain tonight. And here's Dunn again, deep into his own half. Passing to the invisible man down the left-hand side. And straight back to Williams. Plays a 1-2 with Jack Wells. Here's Rowe. Niall Rowe. Now to Tom Healy. Back to Wells. Barber's pushing upfield. Healy again. Back to Wells. Frustrating Coventry United with this sustained period of possession. Healy. Now Leo Wood. Misjudged pass collected by Charlie Shaw. And a free kick given in the midfield as Jack Wells going to ground under the challenge of Ryan Harkin, who of course left Atherstone Town in the summer to join the Red and Green, to score 23 goals in all competitions. Actually, no, with his two, I think actually he's at 25 now. And a blatant trip by Harry Sawyer, as Cowley was looking to root in from the left-hand side. It's a free kick to Atherstone. 35 minutes gone at the Butts Park Arena. Coventry United 2, Atherstone Town 0. And Ryan Quinn standing over it. Atherstone need one back and sharpish. It's deep by Quinn. Cox with the nod up, and Morley's clearance has connected with the referee. That'll be a drop ball to Coventry United on the edge of their own area. Another goal from the Champions League. Atalanta lead Athletic Bilbao by 1-0. Still 0-0 between Marseille and Liverpool, and Chelsea and Paphos. And it's Cameron Dunn mopping it up again. Look to square for Ryan Harkin, but a crucial heel away by Quinn. Now Cowley. Collins racing towards it, but covered off as always by Cox. Has he got Collins' number tonight? It looks like he has. Moore. Mullins up for it. His header, and Ryan Quinn with a powerful volley, and Cox again nods away from Collins. And Adam Mars, I should say, got his head to it before Leo Wood. Connection between the two former teammates. Well, no doubt that Wood was only having eyes for the ball there, so it won't be a yellow card, I don't believe. Indeed, it's not. Dan Moore on the edge of his own penalty area. His distribution has been excellent tonight. On that occasion, it's nodded up by Josh Steele, firmly still in the danger zone. Charlie Shaw, and the volley by Cameron Dunn, and the trip from Steele. Referee says nothing doing. Faulkner the target, drilled away. And the offside flag now up against Charlie Faulkner. I think the linesman in fact, it's a free kick he's given against Charlie Faulkner. Pushing the back. And the referee is holding things here as Atherstone tried a quick restart. Well, this match hasn't been without controversy, and the ball, I believe, was moving as it was let go by Steele. So, third time lucky with this free kick. And eventually we'll get it taken from Josh Steele. It's over the head of Leo Wood. Collins is in there, but he won't reach it before Dan Moore. The throw out to Cameron Dunn, who's on a hat-trick. Towards Cody Mullen, wins it well in the air, and the offside flag is up against Charlie Faulkner. We're used to seeing personal rivalries on the pitch. I've never seen one between a player and a linesman before. Terry Hansen barking instructions on the touchline. United 2 goals to the good as we close in on half-time in just over 6 minutes plus stoppages. We are going off air at half-time for a quick drinks break, so join us again at 8:45 with a glass of something cold. Talking to you, Trish. Back heel by Faulkner. Charlie Shaw, a little too exuberant and trying to find Ryan Harkin. A tattoo quickly, but Cameron Dunn chips it on for Faulkner. He's already got a penalty from Rowe today. He's got a throw-in on that occasion, forcing Rowe into a decision. The throw is easily headed away by Rowe. Healy. Now it's with Chris Cowley. He's got a bit of space to work with. Not for long if Charlie Faulkner's got any say-so. It's a high looping cross and smartly gathered by Moore. And Moore lets fly towards Harkin. Cleared by Wells, headed on by Cody Mullen. Harkin was offside, makes no attempt on the ball. Oh, and Charlie Faulkner catching Williams between a rock and a hard place. The free kick's been given in favour of Williams. Play on will ensue as the header back to the keeper by Steele was severely under hit. And now here comes Luke Downs. Harkin tries to stay on side. He is on side. Right side of the area. Harkin puts it in. There's the third. Cody Mullen. Right place, right time. Harkin comes back to bite the adders. The man famed for scoring bagfuls of goals at the Snake Pit sets one up for the former Nuneaton man, Cody Mullen. Smiles on faces at the Butts Park Arena for the second time in 5 days. They're 3-0 up before the break. Straight at the other end, Leo Wood. And a late slide on Coventry United's Luke Downs. Maybe a sign of frustration from Atherstone's Jack Edwards as Coventry ended the danger. So with 3 minutes to go until half-time, Coventry United lead Atherstone by 3-0. And hands up, who predicted that scoreline? The kick from Moore. Looking for Faulkner. Steele's header only as far as Cameron Dunn. There was a shove in the back. Referee keeps that whistle silent. And it's shepherded into touch by Sawyer. Coventry could quite have easily have had a free kick there. Shaw. And the volleyed return is straight out, nearly hitting our videographer in the head net. Anthony, who's the videographer and editor of our match day reviews. You'll be able to find his latest edition on social media in the coming days, as well as the CUTV highlights coming tomorrow night. I'd like to do it sooner, but unfortunately this commentator's got to work during the week, and a little barge in the side on Edwards from Cameron Dunn results in a free kick just wide of the centre circle. Here's Wells. Edwards flicks it up and brings it down, and the pressure from Shaw down line. Here's Josh Steele. Pulls it away from Charlie Faulkner. Now it's with Healy. Behind to Niall Rowe. Steele. Collins lays it off at Edwards to get one back. Stung the gloves of Moore. But still, that clean sheet remains unbroken. Heavy touch from Rowe from that goal kick. Faulkner intercepts. Cody Mullen, now Shaw. Spots Harkin in space on the left-hand side. Chest control, but it's nicked away before he could do anything with it by Wells. Now here's Collins, not enjoying the same evening as the former Atherstone number 9. The crosses onto the chest of Harry Sawyer. Nothing is going Atherstone's way in front of goal, and that free kick isn't going their way either. A drag on the shoulder from Tom Healy. Cody Mullen getting the decision, which may put him in a more pleasant mood towards the referee. I don't think he was on his Christmas card list after that yellow card earlier on. Last 20 seconds of normal time. Can Coventry, I can't believe I'm saying this, go for a 4th goal? And The header on, straight out for the goal kick. We've not been given the information as to how long there will be of added time. Of course, there was the penalty earlier on and a short injury stoppage for Ryan Harkin soon after. Williams. Cox sends it high into the sky, off the head. Collins nods on. Adam Miles, a number game of head tennis is ensuing. Off the chest of Mullen to end it. And Steph Molly with a volley along the left touchline and into the away dugout full of frowns and grimaces at this first half. And they announced added time, but it was backwards there, Lucas. I don't think you're getting that job full time. Edwards. Cowley runs it into touch. Sawyer. Well, just as quickly as I announced added time, it's over. And a remarkable first half here at the Butts Park Arena. Listen to this scoreline at the break. Coventry United 3, Atherstone Town 0. Well, we're heading into half-time now here on CUTV. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half. You don't want to go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you shortly. And we're back for the second half here on CUTV. Coventry United 3, Atherstone Town 0. It was a fantastic first half for the Red and Greens. 2 from Cameron Dunn. And a tap in for Cody Mullen, putting Terry Anderson's side firmly in the driver's seat for the final 45 minutes. It will take a huge effort from Atherstone Town to get something from this match. It's lobbed away by Chris Cox as Atherstone look for make the early running. Sent back where it came from. Cox again with the headed clearance. Coventry strong at the back, lethal up front, as they have been under Terry Anderson's reign since he returned to the club. Here's Ryan Harkin. He runs into the path of Wells, and Coventry United have got it back through the United left back, Steph Morley. Harkin looks to get to the loose ball, and dealt with by the Atherstone back line, and here comes Cowley. Collins in that front two with Leo Wood. It's been a frustrating evening so far for the Adders' top scorer. Cowley. Healy. Back it goes. Josh Steele. Curls out to the left-hand side. United have the throw in deep into their own half. There goes the throw from Sawyer. Coley Mullen nods on. Josh Steele tracks back to keep Atherstone on the front foot. It'll have to be a pretty big stride from that front foot though from Atherstone. Rowe. Headed to the feet of Leo Woods, and Edwards couldn't bring it under control. And the through ball now for Charlie Faulkner. Rowe's racing back to deal with it. It's Charlie Faulkner for a fourth sliding block made by Rowe. And the corner will follow. Charlie Shaw. Shaw getting ready to take it. And out comes Williams, well held. And down the heart of the field, Collins shimmies away from Harry Sawyer, curls it towards the right side of the field. Cowley gets on the end of it, Cowley. And now Ryan Quinn unleashes one, but it flies high and wide. And another match ball is going to be needed. The next time we're on air here on CUTV this coming Saturday against Northampton, Sowerby Rangers. You would expect Coventry United to be firm favourites in that match. Now, this was a game we expected to be tight. It was a match we expected to be extremely close on the score sheet and on the pitch. A game of fine margins and fine results, but Coventry United dominated that first half on the score sheet. And Atherstone simply could not break down the Coventry United team. Moore. And Faulkner in a one-on-one battle there in the air with Adam Barber, and he's got the throw-in out of it on the far side, halfway line. A reminder of the subs for Coventry United. They've got the likes of Benji Adam Marco, Danny Fraser, Stanley Jube, Riley DeVoyle, and Nehemiah Zazi on the bench as the Red and Greens drawing another free kick. It's Chris Cox hacked down from behind. Gets the decision against Adam Barber. The Atherstone fans trying to keep spirits high in the away camp behind the net. It's a free kick, which is a gift for Lewis Williams. And he's looking to gift it to Lewis Collins, and Collins has got two United men to deal with. A little drag on the shoulder on Chris Cox. Referee says nothing doing, but Cox off balance is still able to poke it out of danger. And Atherstone look like they're on a mission here. But still Coventry United rebuff them. Charlie Shaw, that's a delightful ball through the middle to Cody Mullen. Closed down quickly by Niall Rowe. Cleared as far as Shaw in the centre circle. Under hit to Ryan Harkin. And Atherstone looking to cut the deficit. Here's Cowley. Across the face of goal, but no one could divert it in. Collins steaming in. Edwards at the far post, but there was no decisive touch. And a substitution for Atherstone. So it's former Coventry United striker for former Coventry United striker. Leo Wood, the former Red and Greens loanee, replaced by Dylan Parker, who was a mainstay in the United team last season. Still a popular figure amongst the Red and Green army. And Charlie Faulkner, what a dart this is down the left-hand side, leaving Atherstone trailing in his way. Harkin trying to send it in the near post, and Ryan Harkin, he got the assist earlier, now he's got his goal. Still scoring in red, but now it's the red of Coventry United. We're starting to lose count of how many goals this lad is scoring. I hope Atherstone have got a goal bonus on his transfer. He is loving life at the Butts Park Arena. He's loving life, especially in the Butts Park Arena box. Williams did well to pull off the first save, but Harkin smashing it across him from a tight angle to make it 4-0 to the Red and Greens on a dream evening for Coventry United. So United surely out of sight now. I cannot remember a time in Coventry United's history when they've been 4 up and failed to win. Here's Cox at the back, leading by example, putting his body on the line with every kick of the ball within arm's reach. Done. I think he was looking for Steph Morley with that one, but it's scooped up by Edwards. Head on by Luke Downs of Coventry United. Here's Josh Steele. Quinn. Atherstone have had plenty of the ball in this match, but have failed to do anything with it. Wells. Here's Niall Rowe. Down the centre of the park to Edwards. And United concede the free kick there. Edwards caught between Downs and Mullen. And out wide with Cowley. Plays a 1-2 with Ryan Quinn. Now trying to find the head of Cowley. It's the head of Shaw who gets on the end of it. Now Cameron Dunn turns away from the challenge. Harkin. And it's Charlie Faulkner for a fifth! I am absolutely stunned. This team never fails to amaze me. For the second time in 5 days, say it with me folks, it's the old 5. Well, the Red and Green Army wants a certain song played on the PA. We've been told off for that one before. Maybe we'll do it on the last day of the season for Roy. He's having palpitations down there, just like I am up here watching this incredible Coventry United team. Well, this match was supposed to be a nail-biter, as close as they come. It's been anything but. Coventry United are absolutely dominant over a playoff rival. And at the end of this match, surely they'll be in the playoffs. Goal for Coventry United, scored by number 10, Charlie Faulkner! I've got to try and keep my composure. One of the members of the Red and Green Army is shouting out, "Come on, Atherstone, you can still win this." Stranger things have happened in football, but if I was a betting man, that's not a bet I would take. It's Cox flying up from the back, and there's been a couple of changes during the goal interval, I believe. We'll try and bring those to you when we can. But Coventry United are getting their first change ready. Well, Roy sent us the link to the song. Roy, we can't play it on YouTube, it's copyrighted. Here's Charlie Faulkner. Cross deflected to the byline and kept in by Niall Rowe. Comes back with Cameron Dunn. Caught on the edge of the area by the substitutes. Harry Walker Donovan, and the follow-up from Charlie Faulkner, taking out Jack Wells. And Wells is staying down. The most important thing now is to make sure that Wells is okay. And Faulkner, I believe, is heading into the book. And it's time for a Coventry United change. It's Riley Devoyle coming on. So a straight swap in midfield. Cody Mullen replaced by the vice-captain, Riley Devoyle. One of two men withdrawn from the starting lineup after Saturday's 6-0 win. And I was saying at the start that there's not a chance that that scoreline is replicated. Well, this commentator is eating words. as well as a lot of other things, because I've not had my dinner. Collins trying to keep that goal kick in on the near side, and he has done. Charlie Shaw trying to prevent Walker Donovan from sending it on. He does send it on and sends it off Charlie Shaw, so it will be a Coventry United, Atherstone Town throw, I should say, level with the Coventry United area. More activity on the bench for Atherstone. They'll be making another change shortly. And Lewis Collins! The reflexes of a cat from Dan Moore. 99 times out of 100. Lewis Collins buries that. It just goes to prove it's not Atherstone's night. And is that Nehemiah Zazi getting ready for Coventry United? Coventry United making their second change shortly. And the corner sent straight out by the head of Steph Morley. And we'll have another one from Cowley. Take two from Cowley. And glancing header all the way through. It came off Faulkner last. And corner on the left side this time. Harkin and Devoyle remaining up for Coventry United for the counter. And you may think United are being greedy here, but of course it could all come down to goal difference at the end of the season. They need to get their goals as and when they can. And it's knocked away at the near post by Steph Morley. And second cross put in. Again, Morley gets his head to it, but again, Coventry United can't clear. The overhead kick attempt from Jack Wells. Well, that may have been the spice that Atherstone needed to put some flavour into this match, but it hasn't come. So Charlie Faulkner replaced. Nehemiah Zazi now going up front with Ryan Harkin. He replaced Harkin at the weekend. So this is the first chance we'll get to see Harkin and Zazi on the same pitch. Here's Steph Morley at left back for Coventry United. It was intended for Riley Devoyle. Cutouts by Wells. Lewis Collins prized away by Devoyle. Downs smacks off Collins and into touch on the halfway line. Coventry United throw. And Trish is loving life on the YouTube comment section there. A little love heart for you all. We wish you were here, Trish. Get those bottles lined up at full time. I think even Ray might want a drink after this. Devoyle asking a tad too much for that crossfield ball to Charlie Shaw. And still, even at 5-0 against a team in 5th place, Terry Anderson not satisfied, wants to see better passing, better accuracy on those balls from his red and greens lineup. Collins. Harry Sawyer mopping up the damage at the back. Chris Cox sends it clear from Tom Smith, the substitute. So back where it came from by Healy. Here's Downs for Coventry United. Dan Moore's got it urged to calm it down. And it's upfield towards Harkin. Towering header from Rowe. Another one from Luke Downs for Coventry United. Now Rowe at the back trying to prevent Nehemiah Zazi from having a clear path. And with a bit of help from Wells, he's got the job done. Slide by Shaw. Who got the last touch? It was Charlie Shaw. And Adam Barber trying to get the game started quickly. But he's taking the throw out of position. We've got 25 minutes to go here on CUTV. It's been that dramatic of a game. We forgot to keep you updated with the scoreline, but Coventry United are 5-0 up against the team directly above them in the table in Atherstone Town. And Collins gives chase and out of play for the goal kick. It was always a couple of paces behind. And it looks like Stanley Dube is the next man to come on for Coventry United. He's getting his kit on. Moore, Zazi the target. Kept away, and here's Lewis Noon. Drafted into the squad from the bench. High one towards Collins. Bounces away from Collins, headed up by Miles. Collins able to get the second header. Cleared by Downs. He's sent down as he let fly. Referee says nothing doing, and it's back with the centre-back Niall Rowe. Barber in a race against Charlie Shaw, and Shaw keeping up and forcing him into a mistake. He slips as he treads over the white line. It will be a Coventry United throw-in on the fringes of their own penalty area, but Dube's going to get some much-needed game time from the bench. He'll be coming on the next passage of play towards Nehemi Azazi. Harrison intercepts. It's volleyed to the left by Rolly Devoyle, and Steph Morley has got options down the left-hand side. Cameron Dunn chasing. He got the first two. At muscle by Jack Wells. Unfairly, says the referee. And Collins screaming at the referee. It could have been given. It could have not been given. But on a night where Atherstone simply haven't had the rub of the green, there's another one. And here comes the change for Coventry United. So Dube comes onto the wing to replace Cameron Dunn, who converted the penalty, then struck sweetly for the second, and still Lewis Collins remonstrating with the officials. Now the linesman, it wasn't even his half of the field, in fairness. And the throw from Morley. Chested down by Harkin. Devoyle was ready to be picked out, but on the far side, it's a chance to stride away for Atherstone, but Walker Donovan was eventually stopped before he could get to the United box. Sawyer. There's the slide from Luke Downs, and surely a free kick there. Referee says play on though. Zazi brought down. United have the advantage. Charlie Shaw. It will be a corner for the Red and Greens. Knocked behind. But the referee wants a word. Josh Steele with the infraction. Well, United still have the exploit of Benji Adamarco and Danny Fraser to call upon. I don't think Danny Fraser will be called on unless he is absolutely needed. He's been feeling under the weather recently. Chance of a sixth for the Red and Greens. So not away at the near post by Noon. Back in by Morley. And Zazi turns. Nehemiah Zazi. The goalkeeper gets there first. The strike by Adam Miles finds its way for a sea of bodies. Surely that sixth goal is coming. Doctor's in there, nods it across Harkin, nods it up rather than forward, and Williams brings it to a safe stop. Lewis Williams. Now to Lewis Collins, heavy touch and drilled against Collins by Shaw. United get the decision on the far side. 20 to go. Coventry United 5, Atherstone Town 0. And we'll take you through the latest scores in a moment, but there's a substitution now. Benji Adamarco on for Ryan Harkin. Adamarco on for Ryan Harkin. Zazi will play as the main striker. Stanley Jube, who got the last touch. It did come off Stanley Jube. He thought it was going to be a corner. Jack Wells shepherding it into touch in the Champions League. Atalanta 1, Athletic Bilbao 0, Bayern Munich 1, Union Saint-Gilloise 0, Chelsea 0, Paphos 0, Juventus 1, Benfica 0, Marseille 0, Liverpool 1, that goal coming from Soboslai. Newcastle 2, PSV Eindhoven 0, second goal coming from Anthony Gordon. And it's 2-2 between Slavia Prague and Barcelona. Zazi, Shaw, overlap made by Sawyer. And infield towards Charlie Shaw, the defender gets there first. It's a whip up field from Jack Edwards. Tom Smith, he needs support and goes behind. Noon. And flag stays down against Smith, and Lewis Collins in there. Swept away by Harry Sawyer and down the heart of the field to Benji Adamarco. Jube avoids a gnarly looking slide. And still going Stanley Jube. Opens the door down the left-hand wing for Benji Adamarco. Adamarco into the area, shoulder to shoulder with Wells. And Zazi, did it cross? No! Put on a plate by Adamarco Zazi, but he couldn't get enough on it to send it over the line. Jube. And his cross flashes across the face of goal. It stays at just the 5 for now. Williams headed back into his own backyard by Cox. Sawyer. Now Steph Morley. Powerful pass to Adamarco, looking for the overlap with Stanley Jube, and Jube could be in here. It's Stanley Jube looking to drill it in, but it just rolls wide. So it's Williams away. Straight into touch in front of Mitch Thompson, who will not be a happy bunny in that dugout. The throw taken in front of him by Sawyer. Appeals of a foul throw. Fall on deaf ears. Zazi gets the throw in front of the United dugout this time. Covered up by Adam Barber. And the throw feels towards Adamarco. Barber cuts it out. Cowley. Now Rowe. Low header by Downs, brings it back for the red and greens to Voyle. Adamarco the target. Again, Niall Rowe there to win those aerial battles. Cowley to Edwards. Walker Donovan. It's going to be a struggle for Wells to get there. Sorry, Healy, I should say, but he has got there. And here's Harry Walker Donovan. Crossing opportunity from the left-hand side. Jack Edwards. And Lewis Noon hits the back of Chris Cox, and that looked painful. He's back on his feet, but he's holding his back. Secondary cross will be shielded into touch by Cox, but he took one for the team there, did the skipper. Not the first time he's done so today. So it's Dan Moore towards this near side. Wells getting there first. And Allison trying to salvage something from this game. Steph Morley. Whoa. That ball going at the speed of light, but cannons off the Atherstone winger. And Coventry have the throw in after the deflection from Jack Edwards. Coventry, I believe, getting their last change ready, and it is going to be Danny Fraser. You'd have to assume it's going to be Chris Cox leaving the field, Morley moving into the centre. From the throw, Jubes up for it. Edwards keeps it in for Atherstone. Walker Donovan only as far as Luke Downs. Shaw. Adamarco, trip from behind. And 15 yards into United territory, they've got the free kick towards the left. Healy with the infraction. 13 minutes to go here on CUTV. Coventry United 5, Atherstone Town 0. They've had their chances for the 6th, but they've got the old 5, so the Red and Green Army will be going happy, home happy, no matter what. Morley has been the king of set pieces today. It's floated in towards Adamarco. Adamarco's header. Out comes Gwilliams. That's the end of that move. And immediately launched it towards that attacking half. Oh, what a goal! It may not count for much, but it's a goal for Smith to remember for a long time. Think of Shearer, think of Rooney, that was special. On a day which has been anything but for Atherstone. Goal for Atherstone Town, scored by number 15, Tom Smith. Coventry are looking to see this match out with as many goals in their back pocket as they can. Here's Chris Cox. Clears his lines. Sent high to the sky, and Jube trying to bring it down. Rowe. It's a poor ball over the back to Steph Morley, able to intercept. Clear by Williams. Devoyle couldn't bring it to feet. 10 to go here on CUTV. 5-1 at the Butts Park Arena. Collins forced away by Luke Downs. Good man marking from the former Coventry Spinks man. And here's Walker Donovan. Looking to get a second back, and it's well held. More towards Benji Adamarco. And Williams taking a chance, chesting it away in the edge of his area, but it's paid off. Walker Donovan. Plays the 1-2 with Barber. It's cross towards that near post, and it has gone out for the corner. The last touch coming off Harry Sawyer. I think there's only two people in this stadium who thought that was a corner, one of them being the referee, the other being an Atherstone fan towards our right. The corner to come in. Atherstone looking to decrease the deficit further. Cox heads up. Luke Downs and dragged down by his collarbone. Cynical foul. And here's Zazi as the man of the match has just been chosen. It's Luke Downs who's got the award. Adamarco, it's a lovely back heel to Zazi. Now Morley. Fraser wants in. Chip towards Danny Fraser. It's a high one across the box. Well over the head of Stanley Jube. Collins trying to get the end of that boot, but it's Adam Miles for Coventry United. Morley. Back where it came from. And out for the Coventry United throw-in off the head of Wells. Morley. It's over Zazi. Healy. Edwards just able to keep with the confines of the park. Down the right it goes. Cox mops up and forced down off the ball. And he's rolled his ankle. Smith. Forcing his adversary over. And of course, Coventry United are all out of subs. They've used all 5. And a yellow card for the Atherstone number 15. Well, the Atherstone fans saying, what's that for? I think it's a pretty clear yellow card. Here's Moore. Cox trying to clear. Cannons off Lewis Collins, but it falls to Cox again. Over Zazi. Chest control by Benji Adamarco. And despite the attempted clearance from Wells, Adamarco's got it back. Benji Adamarco. Zazi's waiting. It's behind Zazi. It's behind Jube. That sixth goal just seems to be avoiding Coventry United at all costs. Here's Jube again. Harry Sawyer. Now Luke Downs. And we're being told that the number 15 is actually Dylan Parker, who we believed initially was, but it seems like the numbers have been mixed up on the Atherstone team sheet. Adamarco. Racing in from the left. Just prodded away from Fraser. And DeVoyle! It had top bins written all over it, if not for the hands of Williams. Noon. Walker Donovan back to Noon. Is there another goal in this game? Not here, there isn't. Intercepted by Steph Morley. Harry Sawyer. High one down the right. Zazi got his head to him, and no one home to claim for Coventry United. Rowe. 3 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Coventry United 5, Atherstone Town 1. Barber. And it's Collins with the header, dips into the hands of Moore on a barren evening. Oh, Dan Moore trying to roll the ball away. Dylan Parker got in the way. The referee has blown for a free kick to Coventry United, not the required yards. And Moore wanted to take it quickly, but now the referee has told him he's got to take it again. Sawyer. Not to Freddie through for Adamarco, but intercepted. The move goes nowhere. You can say that about the vast majority of what Atherstone have mustered up today. Cox. Looks for Adamarco down the left. He was being held by Healy, but the referee has given the throw-in against Adamarco. Seems to come off the hip of the United winger. Now returned to Coventry United full-time after his two-way deal with Rugby Borough ended. Wasn't getting the game time at step 4. Walker Donovan. Here's Barber. And some supporters have seen enough. I don't say I can blame them if they're from the Atherstone persuasion. Parker. Rolls behind Collins, and Collins. A pretty poor effort. Well, from what I can see, we've still got 20 seconds of normal time to go, so a tad early there, but we have been told 3 added minutes. Morley. That's with Danny Fraser. It's a lovely ball for Benji Adamarco. Still going Adamarco. And the defender gets in the way. Tripped by Adamarco, and it will be a free kick for Jack Wells. So it's Williams. Easy header for Luke Downs. Now Adamarco chases and gets the throw-in out of it. Wells forced to tap it out on this near side. Adamarco. Zazi will let it bounce out for another throw-in. Precious seconds wasting away for Atherstone. Remember, they've only got to get the 4 goals and they've got to draw. DeVoyle. Stanley Jube on the turn. Barber stands in his way. Overlap being made by Harry Sawyer, but Jube's going to stick it in towards Nehemiah Zazi. Right in the goal mouth, but his connection says it to the right. It's kept in by Williams. Barber. Now Parker. Intended for Chris Cowley, but cut out by DeVoyle. Brody halfway through added time. Dan Moore. Is there one more chance for a Super 6? Adamarco heads it up. Jude trying to get on the end of it. Walker Donovan intercepts. Now Barber. Parker gives chase a lot of long ball, but it's not backed by Cox. And the United man has gone down hurt, and Coventry United concede the free kick. Harry Sawyer, I think, just taking a tactical foul, so his teammate can get some help. So surely the last action of an action-packed match. Steph Morley heads away. Hands up. Who saw that one coming? Coventry United, after a dominant Saturday, with a dominant Wednesday. It was unbelievable in the FA Vars, even against a team towards the bottom of the league, but against a side in 5th place, until kickoff, we're above them in the league standings. It is quite possibly incomprehensible to fathom. These lads are just incredible. Absolutely sensational. 1 to 11. Everyone on the bench as well gave their all, and they got their rewards today. Final score in the United Counties League: Coventry United 5, Atherstone Town 1.